Timberwood Preserve at Gateway. This is Lisa Gottesman with eXp Realty. Thank you for stopping by. I see that you received the newsletter that I sent out with this URL for a video market update. That's kind of fun. I do this for a lot of my clients, and so I thought I would try this so that we could get to know each other a little bit better. So the point of this is really just to kind of go over the market as a whole in Gateway and then also in the Fort Myers area. And then also I want to talk about pricing strategy. Back in, before COVID, we would, in order to value a property, we would look off of the last three sales comps to arrive at a value of the property and then make some adjustments. But today, with the market that we have, it's we are in unprecedented times. Like right now in Gateway, does anybody want to take a guess how many or how little amount of single family homes there are in the market? The number is 9. So if you have a pool home, there's 3, and then we have 9 houses on the market. So, just like when you're purchasing a car, a resale car, the pricing has, almost doubled just in the last couple of years. I know because I have 2 brand new teenage drivers, and it's ridiculous how much the prices have gone up just because of the lack of supply. So there's no reason why we cannot take advantage of that market right now. And certainly, when the market starts to stabilize, we'll go back to our old pricing methods. But right now, you know, I have in all of my listings, we have a flurry of interest. We can take the best and the highest offer, accepting terms, competing terms where oftentimes they remove the appraisal contingency. Sometimes people remove the inspection contingency. So these are things that are really, really important right now to take advantage of. And I'm not talking small dollars like $5,000 or $10,000. I'm talking upwards of $100,000. So stay tuned toward the end. We're going to cover that, but I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So as I said, 9 total listings on the market. So if you have a pool home in your community, there's only 3. And those the least expensive home starts at $625 for a home located in Pinecrest of Gateway. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, 2,300 square feet, has a swimming pool, and a 3-car garage. And let's say you don't have a swimming pool. We're looking at, I think it's 505. Let's see. Yeah, so $505,000 for a 2,900 square foot home in Stony Brook at Gateway, and ranging up all the way to $849 for a house on Ashbrook Court. Hope they sell that one. We'll see. Who knows? In this market, anything's possible. So, as people are moving here, sometimes people aren't specifically interested in Gateway. And I think we can all agree that the farther south you go, the more expensive the home is. So, if we just kind of, decide to look in Gateway as a whole, just to kind of see what's happening in the market in general, I think that's a good plan. And so, if we're looking at like a gated community, let's say, I believe there's 45 matches, 45 non-pool homes on the market today. So least expensive is going to be out in East Fort Myers, 2,100 square foot, not selling 31 days on the market at 405. Really not a comp for us. But then we get down to Botanical Lakes. There's a house for 425. And then there's some other homes in here in Colonial and Veronica Schumacher. Not really a comp for us. But these homes here are all, in this price range here. So obviously, when we're pricing out your home, if you have a new roof, if you've got renovations, a beautiful lake view, gorgeous swimming pool and spa, all of these things are taken into advantage or into consideration. And I can do a more in-depth analysis for you if you shoot me a text or contact me and provide me with some basic information. So if we want to look at pool homes, so there's 60 total pool homes in all of Fort Myers in an HOA, and the pricing starts at $449 for a house down in Parker Lakes, 2-bedroom plus a den. And then these properties here are in Pelican Preserve and Colonial Country Club, which sometimes the HOA fees are scared to some people, so the prices are adjusted for that so that it compensates for the high carrying costs of these houses. And then down in Veranda, it's almost 600,000 for a house out east. And this kind of just gives you a really nice idea of what's happening in the market. So mostly when I'm pricing out, I don't price based on comps. I go off of the scarcity in the market and look at where our entry point would be to be competitive with all of these other homes. So one of the things about our market right now is that there is no inventory. So whatever type of home you have, you want to kind of go outside your community and look in Fort Myers as a whole. And that's kind of how I price. That's how I price out my listings. And I'm going to give you some examples of that right now. So I'm going to start with this first example. And this is in my own community where I live. So you'll notice that there's 4 listings here with the same floor plan. Okay. They were all sold within 5 months of each other. And the 2 top sold at $450 and $479. The bottom 2 sold for $680 and $725. And it is my opinion that these 2 homes that sold for much less money were sold based on previous comps that were sold in the market rather than the lack of supply that's driving up the pricing. So when I listed both of these homes, I looked to see where somebody could enter in this price point for this big 5-bedroom house with a 3-car garage and a swimming pool. And that number was at 675. We got 680 for this one for 699, and we ended up getting 725. Okay, so that's just one example. On this specific one here, this is another example in another community that I sell in, and it's called Marina Bay. And this particular home we listed for $599. Okay, this is a Lennox model. It sold for $626, so it's $27,000 over list price. Sold in April, okay, or sorry, in July. And you can tell that we worked with the sellers and we staged their home to make it look like they walked into a builder model, changed the color scheme in the house, used a lot of their own furniture, but really staged the home to make it appeal to the masses. Okay, so what's interesting about this particular property is that just 5 months earlier, this house right here sold for $467. So mine sold for $626. This one sold for $467. This one took 151 days to sell. It's the same floor plan, same community, same side of the street, same everything. And this house just looked a little bit differently. So nothing wrong specifically with this listing. It's just it had very unique, a unique feel and unique design. And people walked in and it may not have appealed to them. So what we try to do with our free staging is appeal to the masses, make the home very marketable so that everybody will love it. Okay. Now, a lot of agents will tell you that staging does not matter in our market, but I have 3 listings in here that sold, and the rest are not mine, and you will notice that every single listing sold for less than list price. You can see all of these listings took a long time to sell, whereas mine, 3 days, 2 days, and 21 days over the holiday. And the reason for that is because of obviously, we put together a really beautiful package, great marketing, video, drone footage, all of that, so that our clients, it brings the most discerning buyer into your home. So this listing sold at $444. It was listed. It sold for $439. Again, $475 to $467, $511 to $508, and so on. And you'll note that our listing, $599, sold at $626. Another at $649 sold for $680. And over the holidays, we sold another Lennox at $805, top of market sale. And that list price was at $800. So the staging does in fact matter. And, we work with anybody. People freak out thinking that staging is a big hassle, and it's really not. So if that is a concern, just, let me know. We can talk about it. But a lot of times we use our clients' furniture and just kind of we reappropriate things and change the look of the house. Okay. And then lastly, I want to show off this listing. This is a beautiful listing. We sold this one listed at $599 on Essex Square in Hampton Park. Got an offer at $650, so $51,000 over list price. Plus, the customer allowed the sellers to stay in the house for up to 3 months while their house was being built. And we sold this in one day. They were like, "Okay, we're putting this offer in, but you have to take it off the market and sell it to us," because they so wanted this home. And one of the things that we really pride ourselves in is the photography. We partner with the best of the best in the photography and videography of the home. We will do, night shots. We do, beautiful sunset shots so that it just sells the lifestyle. And a fun thing here is if you look at, let's see, where is it? Right here. This is the before and after of this home. So even though this was a really nice house, it just makes such a difference when we stage and the way that we do our marketing. So that's the office. So I think you get the idea. And then lastly, if you are in the market to sell your home and you want to take a look at, like my resume, you can Google Zillow and my name, or any agent's name for that matter. You can get to know us a little bit through Zillow's profile. Here it shows that I've sold 55 homes in the last 12 months. It shows my designations, a little bit about me, tells you a little bit about my listings and what I've sold. And I did a nice little video about Gateway. And then here it tells you about, the transaction itself. So whether I represented the buyer or the seller. And then reviews. I have tons and tons of reviews from my happy customers, which I think speaks, volumes to the kind of work that we do. I have people, during COVID, they had their masks on and they ran up to me and gave me a big hug at Home Goods and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you sold my house for that much money." And I said, "Who are you?" And they had to take their mask off. So we have a lot of happy customers. And obviously, the intention of doing this video so that I can showcase this for you so that you can get top dollar, because there's no reason why you should have anybody coming in, putting a sign in the yard and taking photos with their iPhone. It's just, when you can get all of these things for free. Lastly, I'm going to show you this. So if you go to yourstagingagent.com, that is my YouTube, it goes to my YouTube channel, and there's a video here of a home that I from start to finish. It's a home for a client of mine in Canada, and he couldn't come here because of COVID. Basically, he asked me to put a value on his house, which was at $450 at the time, as is. He gave me $60,000, so we kind of contracted a bunch of different things to be done to the house. But if you watch this video, you'll see the beginning and the end. And at the very end of the day, we sold his house for $680,000. So needless to say, he was really, really happy with that. So I'm going to leave you with all of that. I will be updating this URL once a month. So please let me know if there's any questions that you have, or if you'd like to do a more in-depth evaluation of your own property. I'm happy to do that for you. And I think that's it for now. So have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon.